You let me jivinate you. You let me jivlicate you. You let me jivitrate you. You let me jivinate you. Help me get into some jive talking. Help me, my senses go to hell. Help me. The only thing that works for me is do a little jive talking with my friends. I wanna jive you like an animal. I wanna jive you from the inside. Okay, we're stopping that right now. That really went off the rails there because I think I was doing two different versions of Nine Inch Nails. But get yourself a Diet Coke if you knew that was Nine Inch Nail, Trent Reznor. I was doing a play on the song Closer, but you already know that because you're a very smart person. Welcome back to episode 17 of Jive Talking with Shane Diablo. Hard rock and heavy metal news at its finest. And what do we have here? Remember, we've had some folks talking about the Creature Fest, and the first story up here is that original Kiss members Ace Frehley and Peter Criss to perform together at Creature Fest in May. This Creature Fest just got that much better. Now you've got allegedly Vinnie Vincent's going to pop in. You got all sorts of people there, but now you've got Ace Frehley. Bruce Kulick's going to be there, and Ace Frehley and Peter Criss are going to perform together. You just knocked it out of the park. There's going to be a lot of ticket sales for that because two of those original guys back together again. By God, yes. Let's get into this. See what it says. Original Kiss members Ace Frehley and Peter Criss will perform together at this year's Creatures Fest, set to take place May 27th to the 29th at Nashville Sonesta Nashville Airport Hotel. Also scheduled to appear at the events are former Kiss guitarist Bruce Kulick and Vinnie the Fingers. Hey, I'm Vinnie the Fingers. Come on, let's get my fingers over here. Vinnie Vincent. According to Creature Fest promoter Neil Davis, Criss will join Frehley on stage during the guitarist's May 27th set to play a few tracks. They both said that they were excited about being at Creature Fest. They were excited about seeing you, the fans, Davis says. And they talked, and they just thought that what would be great for the fans. Jesus, man. This isn't me. And they just thought what would be great for the fans, for all of us, is if they got together and played some songs. They got to do... If never I met you, doo-doo. If never I seen you cry. You got to do 2000 Man. You got to do some Ace Frehley songs, and you got to do some Peter Criss songs. Vincent is scheduled to perform on night 2 of Creature Fest, while Kulick will close out the event Sunday, May 29th. The festival will also feature performances from Quiet Riot, Enough's Enough, Vixen, John Corabi, Return of the Comet. That is the band that, if you remember, we did a video autopsy, or we did a reaction video. It was the first time Vinnie Vincent made his return to the stage. He was with Return of the Comet, which I do believe is a few of the fellas from Frehley's Comet. And he just basically strummed some bar chords, and then that was it. And then Pretty Boy Floyd's going to be on that. Criss first left Kiss in 1980. Since then, he's worked with other bands and released solo albums. He teamed up with Kiss again for the reunion tour in the 1990s. And most recently, in 2004, he was replaced by Eric Singer. In addition to playing drums in Kiss, Peter also provided lead vocal for a number of the band's most popular, yes, 100%, and memorable songs, including Beth, Ooh, Black Diamond, Hard Luck Woman, Baby Till You Find Your Man. Criss, and if you haven't, you can go and find my version of Beth that I did. I did a karaoke version of Kiss's Beth, or I like to say Peter Criss's Beth because he brought that song into the band, and then it became a huge hit for Kiss. But it used to be called Beck. Beck, I hear you calling. Chris, who was known as the Catman, released his solo CD titled One for All in 2007. Peter produced the album himself for the first time and was joined by guest musicians that included keyboardist Paul Schaefer. That's David Letterman's longtime keyboardist. Bassist Will Lee of The Late Night with the David Lettermans. The album featured a range of styles from rock and jazz to blues and Broadway, including covers of What a Difference a Day Makes and Send in the Clowns. Is that all about that? Vince, what's this say down here about Vinny Vincent? Vinny Vincent, who was a member of Kiss when the band publicly unmasked in 1983, made several public appearances in 2018 after spending the preceding 2 decades out of public eye. What is this? Is this Creature Fest man? We're going to get a look at him for the first time. See.
Hey, Kiss fans. Neil Davis here. It's Wednesday night, March 9th, and I have got something so cool that I want to share with you tonight about Creatures Fest. Now,
how long is this? Get to it, Davis.
Living on a deserted island, I'm sure you're aware that Creatures Fest is scheduled for Memorial Day weekend. That's May 27th through 29th in Nashville.
First, I want to say this, Mr. Davis. Not everyone's going to know about it. If you must be living on a desert island if you don't know about Creatures Fest.
Tennessee. We have every former member of Kiss attending Creatures Fest. That's Ace Frehley, Peter Criss,
what about Mark St. John?
Vinnie Vincent, Bruce Kulick. They're all going to be there, as well as a host of other musicians.
Is Mark St. John
We've got
dead?
Expos, we've got live entertainment today, we've got pool parties.
I mean, I guess it wouldn't be Eric Carr. He's passed away. But is Mark St. John, is he passed away too? The guy that was on Animalize? Get that off. Get that off. What the hell is this? Let's go. Let's get crazy with Rudy Sarso. Now I got to see that. Oh, let's see what he says here. Oh, come on. Where's the volume? Is this Facebook? I don't know how the volume works on this one. He's just mouthing it. It's Rudy Sarso going, "Hey guys, let's get crazy at Creature Fest because anyways, keep this okay."
A lot of cool stuff, but you probably already know that. What you don't know is something that's going to happen during Creatures Fest, which I just found out myself.
What is it?
What I want to share with you is that yesterday or earlier today, in the last 24 hours, there was a conversation between Ace Frehley and Peter Criss. And the two of them spoke. You know, they haven't performed together.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and call it a day on this guy because he's just dragging on. But what he wants to say is that Ace Frehley and Peter Criss are going to do it. I saw this and I says, my God, I got to see what's going on with the Lamb of God's former and present. Lamb of God guitarist Mark Morton and ex-drummer Chris Adler trade insults on Twitter. You are a fucking douche. Oh boy. Who doesn't love that? Former Lamb of God drummer Chris Adler has publicly referred to the band's guitarist Mark Morton as a fucking douche. Ooh, that's not good. When you go saying that kinds of stuff on the internets, right? It gets back to him. That's the problem, is it gets back to people. Adler's comments was apparently prompted by Morton's revelation that the guitarist was blocked on Twitter by Lee J. Carter, the American politician who represented the 50th district in the Virginia House of Delegates for the 2018. So it's going to get all political. 2022. On Tuesday, March 8th, Mark shared a screenshot of a Twitter notification that he was blocked, including the message, "But why?" To which Chris responded in a since-deleted tweet, "Maybe because you are a fucking douche." Within minutes, Morton fired back with, "I usually wait until after dark to drunk message my exes." Oh boy. The online exchange comes less than 3 years after Lamb of God officially parted ways with Chris. He has since been replaced by Art Cruz, who has previously played with Prong and Winds of Plague, and filled in for... isn't Adler playing with Megadeth now? or something like that, or he filled in or something. Adler on several Lamb of God tours in 2018, 2019. In June 2020, Adler addressed his departure from Lamb of God, saying, "Everybody parted on good terms. I left my drum throne in good hands with Art, who has been a friend. I think I met Art when I was about 17 years old. I got a picture of me and him standing outside the bus when he stood there waiting for an autograph. So he and I have been friends for a long time, and obviously the guys in the band are not only family," referring to the fact that his brother Willie plays guitar for Lamb of God, "but became great friends over 25 years, and it was quite a career that we had. It didn't end. I don't think anybody from either side would say it ended really particularly well, in that I think we all hoped and dreamed and wanted all the same things, but just couldn't seem to get ourselves on the same page for whatever reason. As much as I loved doing what I was doing, it certainly seems like it was kind of a good time to maybe step away," he added. "And I think everybody wins in that regard, and I wish the best for them, and I'm sure they do. You have to speak to them. I'm not sure, but I hope they do for me." Yeah. Is this just going to go on? Less than 2 years ago, Morton spoke to American songwriter about what it has been like writing and playing with Cruz after recording with Chris for over a decade. He said, "There are differences for sure. Chris was a phenomenal talent, and he's a great drummer, and we made a lot of amazing music together, but Art is also a phenomenal talent and a great drummer. He's more feel-oriented. He's less robotic, and I don't mean that as a dig. I don't want to compare them too much. They're just two different drummers, but Art is a real feel finesse player. I think the prime example I can give is live with Chris. We used to play everything to a click. There was a click in our ear, and that was a machine that kept timing consistent, and the same every night. Within a week of playing with Art live, we were off the click. We were just playing the songs together instead of playing them at the same time, and I think that really made it into the creative process. If you're wondering, I'm stuffed up again. That's right. I don't know if it's COVID for the third fucking time or not, but yes, I'm stuffed up again. It is just, it's everything I'm so pissy. After various websites, included Blabber, picked up Mark's comments, he took to Twitter to set the record straight about his relationship with his former bandmate. He wrote, "Chris Adler is an incredibly talented person and an incredibly talented drummer. We have made a ton of music together, and I am immensely proud of our collective work. I have said that repeatedly in recent interviews because I mean it. Sites want clicks so they spin it into another way." So he added in a separate tweet, "Chris and I remain in contact, and he knows damn well that I love and respect him." So this is a clicker. This is a clicker baiter. He probably said, "Well, I wait till I'm drunk to text my." Look at these two. They're a bunch of greasy-looking, long-haired freakoids, right? They played in a band called Lamb of God. They can be snarky with each other and still be friendly, right? That's what I would say, anyways. You guys, have you been doing anything about the Judas Priest and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Because Slayer's Kerry King says Judas Priest deserved to be there. If there's any reason in the world that you need to go over there right now and sign up and vote for Judas Priest, it's because Kerry King, look at him. Look at that bald dome there, staring right into the camera saying, you get over there right now and you vote for him, and you vote every day. Slayer guitarist Kerry King says that Judas Priest deserves to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So there. Even though artists are eligible for Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 25 years after the release of the first album or single, iconic hard rock and metal groups like Priest, Iron Maiden, and Motorhead have yet to be recognized by the institution, which inducted Guns N' Roses in the band's first year of eligibility. Yeah. Do you not let Guns N' Roses go in there on their first year that they're available to do so? That would have been the Appetite for Destruction album, wouldn't it? King, who has been a massive Priest fan since high school, discussed the band's absence from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in a new interview with Rolling Stone magazine. He said, some years you hear who got in the rock and roll and you're like, well, how did they get in above these other bands? So it seems basically like a popularity contest rather than do they deserve to get in there, because Judas Priest deserved to be in there. They've had 50-year career, longer than Slayer did, and we had a long ass career. A long ass? You got a long ass? Have you ever seen a long ass? Long cheeks? You're just like, wow, that's weird looking. You got to have a nice round rump, but them long cheeks. And I'm not, the long cheek community, I'm not trying to slab you or bring you down in any way. You have those long cheeks for a reason. It's some kind of an evolutionary thing. Maybe you sat on logs a lot or something like that when you're cave people, but that's fine. That's fine. They are still playing when they're all healthy. So they've got longevity on their side. They were a darling of MTV when MTV came out, and I probably couldn't count all the hits, or what the common person would call hits. If I were going to vote for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I would totally vote for them. He continued, without question, first and foremost, there would be no metal without Black Sabbath. But once you get beyond that, there would be a lot of metal bands there wouldn't be a lot of metal bands without Judas Priest, us being one of them. The people who do vote are probably going to vote for the bigger bands, Kerry predicted. That says nothing for Priest's longevity and the things they've done. I don't know what else to say. If you're not a metal fan, you're never going to get it. If you're a metal fan, you're never going to forget it. That's a pretty good little thing there. If you're not a metal fan, then you're never gonna get it. If you are a metal fan, then you're never gonna forget it. Yeah, that's great. If you're not a metal fan, then you're never gonna get it. If you're not a metal fan, then you're never gonna forget it. On February 2nd, it was announced that Judas Priest is among the nominees of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Get over there and vote, damn you. Judas Priest was previously on the ballot. Rock Hall inducted 2020, but failed to receive enough votes to make it. Where are they at now? Having been eligible since 1999, Priest was also on the ballot in 2018. I want to know, where do they sit? Are they in third place, last place? Did it say that? I want to know. Here's another bit of Slayer news that I says, my God, I can't wait to get to this. No, Tom Araya did not pee into Kronos' mouth when Slayer and Venom toured together. I says, by goodness, I need to see what this is all about. Pitching pioneer, Satan hailing, new wave of British heavy metal, Geordie Hellraiser, Venom alongside Californian thrash upstart Slayer and Exodus, 1985's Ultimate Revenge Tour. I remember that. AKA the Combat Tour, has passed into heavy metal history. Indeed, in 2017, U.S. metal mag Decibel placed it at number 1 on the list of top 100 metal tours of all time. Part of the March-April 85 tour infamy stems from possible apocryphal tales of debauched behavior involving the three bands, the most notorious of which centers around an alleged violation of tour bus etiquette from Slayer frontman Tom Araya, wherein he's accused of pissing in Venom frontman Kronos' mouth during a particular drunken post-show party. It's an anecdote which speaks to the feral, out-of-control, violent energy of the early thrash scene. Or rather, it would do if Kronos himself hadn't shot the story down. That story, this is quote marks, I guess this is Kronos, that story has been twisted so many ways. Kronos said with a sigh when asked to verify the story, I've heard Tom Araya stuck his dick in the guitarist's mouth and Tom Araya tried to fuck the bus driver's ear. My God, Tom. Here's the truth, he said. A gig got canceled, so we let Slayer stay on our bus as they had nowhere to sleep. Then Tom got really drunk and pissed off. I got annoyed, so I fucking headbutted him and knocked the guy out. Oh! The next morning, he came in with a black eye and was all apologetic, like, sorry I was out of control. I said, not a problem, man. It's metal. Sorry if this revelation has spoiled anyone's day. By way of an apology, here's a nice... Oh, what's this video? I don't want that popping up on there. Here's a nice reminder of mayhem which ensued when the tour took off New York Disco Mecca Studio 54 for one night only. Yes, let's... What is this? Is it just a video clip? Okay, let's see this.
I want to know how many people go out in the streets.
Oh, is this? Oh, this is the whole thing. Oh, this is the whole concert. That's Exodus right there. Oh my goodness. There's Venom. Okay, yeah, I'm going to have to watch that whole damn thing when I'm done. So there you go. Tom Araya did not pee in his mouth, okay? Is there anything around here I can blow my nose with? How about a sock? I mean, these are my clean socks. I'll have to put that one over there. Is this proper to be doing? I don't know if this is a... It's all in my head. It's just right there in my nasals. So I don't know if it's the COVID again. I don't even know if you can get it 3 times, but I've had it twice, by God. For crying out loud. Okay, so that's over with. New AC/DC beer. You don't have to tell me. I'm drinking a beer right here. New AC/DC beer for those about to rock. Ale, now shipping to 33 states. Is this beer available to you? Would you like to taste the ale of AC/DC? Well, let's find out. Knucklebones, that's the guys that did those action figures, isn't it? Knucklebones has announced it is working with yet another fantastic brewing partner, Great South Bay Brewery, to extend the offering of an amazing beer for the AC/DC music superfan. I had tried some of the Iron Maiden beer. Whatever the Trooper had the Trooper thing on it. Knucklebones has extended its limited edition beverage series with Great South Bay Brewing, and the two companies have worked together to create custom offerings of AC/DC to offer fans a rockin' new beer, the AC/DC for those about to rock ale. They're not very tasty for the most part. I mean, the Iron Maiden beer was not really tasty, in my opinion. In their distribution partnership, Hall Halftime Beverage will process the orders and ship to 33 states in the U.S. So how do you order that? Let's find out. AC/DC for those about to rock is available now to ship direct to consumers in 33 U.S. states. AC/DC's for those about to rock ale is 5.9%. Is cold fermented for the cool, crisp, refreshing flavor you'd expect from a seasonable Australian lager Fabea. By combining traditional Australian brewing methods and native Aussie hops and cane sugars, the brewers have developed a highly drinkable beer that is true to its heritage with a clean citrus hop. I'm not a fan of the citrus. The clean citrus hop profile, a subtle malty sweetness, and a bright straw color. With several award-winning craft ales and lagers, IPAs, and seltzers, Great South Bay, also known as GSB, is a huge presence in the Long Island, New York community with their state-of-the-art 40,000 square foot facility that combines contemporary brewing technologies with traditional craftsmanship. See, I always wondered because I don't think you can just order a beer and have them send it to you in the mail. I think that's illegal, right? These new partnerships will take. Okay, yeah. Is this just it's not a commercial? LTD, ACDC. So if you're in the mood, if you're feeling like you want to get into an ACDC beer, by God, do it. Find out how the hell they do that, how they ship it. Or I guess you would call your liquor store or your local congressman and say, get me that For Those About to Rock beer right now, you son of a bitch. No, don't say that to your congressman or they're not. What does this say? Overkill kicks off U.S. tour in Poughkeepsie? Why do I want to click that and look at that? So there you have that. I mean, it's a good beer. Remember when we talked about the Lars Ulrich toilet some episodes back? Well, look at this. Toilet shaped like Metallica's Lars Ulrich acquired by a Danish museum. Yeah, and it's just weird because you'd have to sit where he's like an android. He doesn't have a penis there, but you'd have to your upper ass crack would have to rub up against that little nub between his legs there. It's not a comfortable looking toilet. But I could see someone, whatever. I could see someone taking a huge dump in it and going, yeah, I sat between Lars's legs and I took a shit. According to the Tampa Bay Times, Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum. Oh, there we go. Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum in Denmark has acquired the toilet. A heavy metal musician and visual artist from Tampa, Florida, sculpted to look like Metallica's drummer Lars Ulrich. The artist known as Prince Midnight donated the toilet to Ripley's Entertainment. Why don't they pay for it? Pay something for it or rent it for a while or something. I'm not a fan of this just donating things over to these museums and shit. Give me some hard cash, man. Give me some money. The artist known as Prince Midnight donated that, which will soon be shipped to Ripley's Auditorium in Copenhagen, where it will go on permanent display. Although some people have interpreted the Ulrich toilet as an insult, Prince Midnight insists that it is absolutely not the case. This toilet was built by a Metallica superfan, he told the Tampa Bay Times. They wrote the first song that meant something to me. Well, what was it? Prince Midnight said he chose to depict Ulrich in toilet form because Lars, as the drummer, is usually depicted sitting. My head is just completely stuffed. I mean, it almost feels worse. I mean, it's more stuff than it's been all day. For God's sakes. I could have done a urinal with frontman James Hetfield, he added, but that's not where the creative spirit was leading me. In a separate interview with Creative Loafing, Prince Midnight said that the toilet was his way to honor not just Ulrich, but others who have inspired him, like painter Marcel Duchamp, sculptor Klaus Oldenburg, and performance artist Terence Coe. I could have painted a picture or made a traditional sculpture, but no one would have even noticed. And that's true. You make a toilet out of Lars Ulrich, people are going to talk about it. But no one would have noticed. And really, that's not the kind of art and performance I do. No, all artists do art so people could see it, right? He said, the first band I ever loved was Metallica. I even went to see them a couple of years ago with Lamb of God, so the passion hasn't waned. Metallica bassist Robert Trujillo has apparently approved of the toilet, saying in an interview after he was surprised with a picture of Prince Midnight's creation, "Oh my God, you're kidding! This is incredible. How come I didn't see this, LOL? This is a work of art. I want one." Ooh. Robert Trujillo wants a Lars Ulrich toilet? He jams with him, so he's got alternate motives there. Where can I buy them? I'm sure Lars will hear about this when I see him. So there you have that. The toilet, it's going to Ripley's, believe it or not. Can you believe it or not? Whether you believe it or not, it's going there. So believe it or not. See, listen to this. Unbelievable. It's been pretty much open airways all day. I don't know if it's the beer that I'm drinking. That maybe it... I don't know. Anyways, it is time for those comments. That's right. Comment time from you guys. And then we're going to wrap this episode up. Kevin Smith coming in. Love me some Jive Talkin, Shane. Horns to the sky. The little horns up. Emoji. Heavy metal horns. Thank you, good sir. We appreciate you. That's why you get a heart here. Blingo. Oh, Ed Z's got some stuff to talk about. Ed Z coming in here. No one disturbingly yells, "Mother!" quite like Danzig. The cross he's wearing looks like the Red Baron's. Yes, that's what it was. It's the Red Baron X or whatever you call that. Got my tickets to see Bay Strikes Back in April. Angel of Death, Exodus, and Testament. Do you mean Death Angel? Dave Lombardo will be drumming for Testament, yes. Who was it? Gene Hoglan. There was a story where Alex Skolnick was talking about how juicy his penis was. He said, well, I'm not going to tell you, he's got a juicy hog. Hoglan's got a hog on him. He's going around squeezing Chuck Billy's penis and Gene Hoglan's and going, oh God, let's milk these suckers and see what happens. So Gene Hoglan left, not because of some kind of a sexual harassment situation or anything, but he left the band and they got Dave Lombardo in there. Can't wait. Agreed with Zetro. I'm from the New Orleans area and you can get yourself into serious trouble if you can't say no thank you. Zetro has been looking healthier, lost weight, and his voice live has been phenomenal. Yes, I listened to the first half of the new album, Persona Non Grata. Pretty good. That song, Persona Non Grata, pretty schizophrenic. That I didn't get all the way through it before I had to turn off my my work vehicle for the day and be done with it. But what I heard thus far off that album, not too shabby. And we have done some reaction videos and stuff to other songs off that new album. But yep. Let's see here. If you can't say no, thank you. Zetro has been looking healthier, lost weight. Yes, phenomenal. Love some Jive Talking with Shay D. Thank you, Ed. Keep up the great work and have another carbonated water, fancy man. We do appreciate what you do. By the way, just ordered my Shane D. Gorilla Tea. Okay, now the thing that I'll tell you guys about that is I really like the shirts. They're very comfortable. They're very soft. It's good quality stuff. But it's one of those kind of, I put the artwork on it. They make some money off of it and such. So I don't know how quickly or slowly the packages show up. I've had people say, oh my God, I got it real quick. I've had people say it still hasn't showed up. So the shipping, I don't know. I'd like you to at least let me know, Ed, how quickly that shows up. Because I don't know if there's something I can do about that. Like, hey, let's kick it in the ass, But I do appreciate you buying that. Yeah. The Gorilla Tea he's talking about is I had an artist make me into an ape. So I got my hat on and my glasses and I'm smashing. I'm on top of a TV that's got the YouTube logo and I'm smashing it. So that's the Gorilla Tea that he's talking about. So thank you, Ed. Very much appreciated. This is you're getting your heart thing and you're getting a thumbs up because you bought that shirt. And I'm not seeing Miss Althea here, so I'm wondering what happened if she didn't get in there or she did or whatever. Anti-Satan Pro-Life saw Jeff Tate 3 weeks ago, and it was epic. And it's cut off there. Anti-Satan, please. Ping, I'll hit you with a heart there, and you can please finish that sentence. Maybe he got called away. Maybe he's, something's going on. Mike Buchanan here. We do have some replies that people have put on there. I guess I should read those too. Looks like there's some replies to Mike Buchanan's here. I call what Glenn is wearing an Iron Cross. Not happy. I was supposed to go to the Headbangers Ball Tour, but I ended up having military duties pop up. Thank you for your service, sir. My friends went and I had to cover a shift in the ER. Are you like a medical doctor? I got this thing over here. Mike, could you take a look at that? I'll send you some photos. You can. I'm just kidding. Someone needs to check Miss Althea's phone to see if she follows Yoshiki. Yeah, because Yoshiki's got a hot Twitter that I'm sure if she doesn't know about it, she should be on it. Oh, cry me a river, Rockenfield. He's not even in the band anymore. Yeah, apparently 10 years. So Queensryche is down to 2 original members. BRB heading over to Spotify. Yo, 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 yo. So what he was talking about there is when I said I was talking about the rap album. It's terrible, guys. It's terrible. I got the year wrong. It was 2003. It wasn't 2013, but I put out a rap album just as a goof with the keyboards and stuff. So you can look that up. Big Peasy. Y'all need, okay, then he put it right here. Y'all need to go listen to Big Peasy. Go Slap It Up. Stuck in my head. Yeah, Slap It Up was, the songs, like I got one called I'm a Good Rapper, and I got one called Slap It Up, and then I wrote a love song, love rap for a girl named Urena. And then my favorite's All Black Chucks. I rock tough and stuff in my all black chucks. Hey, check it out. I rock hard to the new year of 2003. Own the whole city, but I don't need a key. Playing real hard like a true player does. Calling everyone I know homie and cuz. So the only reason I made the rap album is I had a friend that was just going on and on about how great Eminem was at the time. And just as a joke, I says, well, anyone can write a rap album. It's not that hard. I mean, it is a talent, you know. There's rap albums I listen to, I go, damn, that guy's good. This is good stuff. Run the Jewels, and I like, what's his name? He did that Fuck That's Delicious show. The big guy. I can't remember his name now. And I watched every damn episode of that Fuck It, That's Delicious. But a lot of good rappers. I Snoop Dogg back in the day, and you've had the keyboard for a long time, my friend. Yeah. But to be fair with you, Mike, when I was recording that, I was able to record each bit at a time so I could cut and slice. I did it all off an old 4-track Tascam cassette. And so I recorded each of the tracks, and then I went back and laid the vocals over. So, I mean, I'm not a good keyboardist by any stretch of the imagination, but let's see what these replies are to him. Miss Althea, there she is. Oh, haven't you heard that? I am the only person on earth who is not involved in any sort of social media. So y'all can check my phone all day and you won't find me following anyone. My presence on this channel is as far as it goes. That's fantastic. She's getting a heart and a double a thumbs up there. So she's free of all that. That's fantastic. I quit the Facebook. I do have a Twitter, but I am going to deactivate it. All I really do is the YouTube and Instagram. That's the only ones that I care about. I just noticed that when you do the Facebook, you run into, I believe that people are all good people. And whether whatever team it is you're on or whatever thing you're about, or, you know, down to the very basics of sports or whatever it is that you go, this is my team and that's your team. I don't like to get into those kinds of situations and awkwardnesses and everything else, because I don't think you can whittle a human being down to this team, that team. You know, they've grown up, they were a baby, they were suckled on the mama's titty or the bottle, and they grew up and they had a life and they met people and they did things and it's created them. So it's just to go onto these, like Twitter is just a nightmare. You post anything on there and there's just people ready to, you know, just get angry. And same thing with Facebook. You're either pissed off that someone's putting up pictures of their food, or you're pissed off because they're saying this thing or that thing. That's why I stay as far away from politics and the rest of the bullshit as I possibly can, because you can never win. You know, regardless of what religion you are or political affiliation, you'll never win, because you're not, anything that you say to another human being, they're not going to go, that's very interesting. I've never thought about it that way. I'm going to go ahead and redo everything that I've ever thought. That you just dig deeper into your own philosophies. So I try to live a life as drama free as I possibly can. Mike Buchanan says to her right after that, well, if you do dive into the social media, you'd have to, into the media world, you have Yoshiki to follow. That's right. If that's the case, I admire that. You know, you don't need to be on there. People are just giving out their what's fours, their 411s on everything. But that's it, my fine and fantastic folks. Let's see. This will turn off. Of course it will. So I have to turn that off, and I turn this back on, then it puts it right back onto that. Let's see if we can just find a nice little song. Let's see, what's this? No. Oh! Thanks for checking out Jive Talking with Shane D. Thanks for checking out Jive Talking with Shane D, where you get that hard rock and you get that heavy metal news for free. That's right, Shane. Jive Talking with Shane D. Yep. Okay.